Shalom, Kohaloyim, La Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Shalom to you fellow laborers out there doing the work in truth and in sincerity, especially during these times. Shalom to the few Akwaf that believe as well. Also a hearty shalom to you other laborers and believers that are scattered throughout the face of the earth, whether you be among the heathen and even like the heathen with your speckled Israelites, to the whole household of faith, which is the elect. I want to say shalom. This is Galatians chapter 6 and verse 9. It says, "And let us not be weary in well doing, for in due season we shall reap, if we faint not." All right. And this is something I was, inspired to do. It's through the Spirit. I was thinking about, how we're coming to the very end, and now is not the time to be faint within your mind or your spirit, because we're coming into the time where we're going to have to be strong in the spirit. Okay. All right. And let's look at the word weary. Okay.
Strong's G 1573. Ekakeo. Ekakeo.
Yeah, it says,
Thayer's Lexicon.
It says to be utterly spiritless, to be wearied out, exhausted, right? Which is what? Become tired. See? You have to, well, Yahweh Shah said it himself, he that endured until the end, the same shall be saved, right? Let's go there real quick and come back here. Matthew 24 and verse 13, it says, "But he that shall endure until the end, the same shall be saved," right? So the word endure, okay, the word endure.
Strong's G 5278. Hupamano. Hupamano.
To remain, to tarry behind, to persevere under misfortunes and trials, to hold fast to one's faith in Hamashiach, to endure, bear bravely and calmly ill treatments. See? So that's what the word endurance. All right, let me see. The word endurance goes into that. All right, that's where it comes from. The word endurance. All right, the ability to. Let's see here. The ability to endure hardships, man. Endurance, suffer something painful or difficult patiently. See, and this thing that we're in is a thing of patience. Okay. If you don't know, all right, by now, the thing that we're involved in, which is this ministry, all right, this truth, this knowledge, it's a thing of suffering. Okay. See that? Suffer, tolerate, sustain, all right, stand for, all right, the stomach. The saying, you got to stomach something that's hard, Same thing, man. That's similar to last. A lot of guys that are faint, they don't last long. Okay, they don't last long in this ministry, man. And it's true. All right. Back in Galatians 6 and 7, 6 and 9, the word well doing, right? The word well, all right.
Strong's G 2570. Kalas. Kalas.
It says beautiful, handsome, excellent, eminent, choice. Let's go here to B. That kind of goes right into what it really goes into. It says good, excellent in its nature and characteristics, and therefore well adapted to its ends. Okay? Genuine, approved. See? Beautiful by reason of purity of heart and life, and hence praiseworthy. Morally good, all right? Morally good, noble, honorable, conferring honor. All right? affecting the mind agreeably, comforting, and confirming. All right. Yeah. So that's what it's just. It's an honorable thing. Okay. That we're doing. All right. As far as serving the Lord, what more honorable thing that we could be doing? All right. The answer is nothing. All right. Serving Yahweh Basham Yahushua is the most honorable thing we can do, even though we're despised for it, right? Because it says, what, ye are honorable, but ye are despised. Let me see here. It's, I believe that's Romans. Excuse me. Bear with me. Where it says that ye are honorable, but ye are despised. See if I can get that real quick. Maybe Corinthians. Okay. I believe it's Corinthians 4. All right, start up a little bit. 1 Corinthians 4:9. For I think that the Most High had set forth us, the apostles, last, as it were, according to death. For we are made a spectacle unto the world, and to angels, and to men. We are fools for Hamashiach's sakes, but ye are wise in Hamashiach. All right, in this world, you know, we may seem to be foolish to these people, you know, but, you know, I always say this, we're the good fools. You know, we the good fools. Why? Because we serve Yahweh Basham Yahushua. All right. Which makes us wise. Okay. That's a wise thing for an Israelite to be serving our power. You look at many of our people, they don't do that. They refuse to do that. That's why a lot of them are going to be destroyed. All right, verse 10, it says, we are fools for Hamashiach's sake, but ye are wise in Hamashiach. We are weak, but ye are strong. All right, spiritually, we're strong. All right, ye are honorable, but we are despised. See, what makes us honorable? We're standing up for righteousness, man. All right, we're standing up in the face of all this evil, all right, and wickedness, and we are rebuking it, man, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Basham Yahushua. Though many that are around us, all right, the majority of people around us are wicked, man. We're the few that be righteous, man. See? So what we're doing makes us honorable, even though the world despises us. Because that's what Yahweh Shah said. If you were of the world will love his own. But you are not of the world. Therefore the world hated you. And if it hate you, know that the world hated me first. That's the words of Yahweh Shai, man. Okay? Let's go down to verse 11. Even to this present hour, we both hunger and thirst and are naked and are buffeted and have no certain dwelling place. You know, we come in this thing, you know, we go through many afflictions and trials. All right, but truly it's our light affliction, really. You know, because these things that, you know, even our Lord had to suffer. Our Yahweh Shai had to suffer these things. Verse 12, and labor, working with our own hands, being reviled, we bless. And being persecuted, we suffer it. All right, a lot of people talk shit about us. They come against us. All right, threats. You know, they slander us. All right, they label us as domestic terrorists, man. Shit. Just for standing up for righteousness, man. We're labeled domestic terrorists. And that show you how powerful this truth is, man. All right, but we suffer it. Being defamed, we entreat. All right, let's look at this word, defame. Let's see. Okay. The word defame.
Strong's G 987. Blasphemeo. Blasphemeo.
To speak reproachfully, rail at, revile, calumniate, blaspheme, to be evil spoken of. All right, reviled, railed at, right. We are evil spoken of. You know, they talk so much shit about us. They call us cult members when they don't even know what the word cult mean. Okay. You know, we're in the cult. All right. But the word cult simply means to worship. You know? The word cult simply means to worship. I mean, what's wrong with worshiping Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai? What's wrong with that? We worship the God of the Bible. See? This is 2 Peter 2 and verse 2. And many shall follow their pernicious ways, by reason of whom the way of truth shall be spoken evil of. Sorry, the way of truth shall be evil spoken of. Yeah. See? They speak evil of the truth. And if you're one that believes in this truth, you're an easy target. See? You're an easy target. What it says in Isaiah. Let's get this real quick. The book of Isaiah 59 and 15. It says, yea, truth faileth, and he that departed from evil maketh himself a prey. See? That's what we did when we came into this knowledge. And the Lord brought us out from the world, man. He brought us into this fold to be a laborer for him. A vessel that's being used to push, this ministry. We departed from evil. It says, and the Lord saw it, and it displeased him that there was no judgment. See? So, yeah. There was a point in time where truth did fail. But see, now the truth has flourished. The truth has flourished, right? Let's get that real quick. And the more and more this truth has flourished, the more and more we that uphold the truth, we are despised. Okay, this is the book of 2 Ezra 6 and 27. For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. See? What's putting out, this evil and deceit? The truth. As for faith, it shall flourish, corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which had been so long without fruit, shall be declared. Okay? And that's what's going on. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai have made this truth, all right, be declared in such a way that it's pissing Esau off to the fact that he wants to literally delete us, man. He literally wants to delete us. We haven't done no evil thing. We're not murderers. We're not thieves, robbers, right? We're not inciting riots or any of that. But yet we're labeled, domestic terrorists. Show you how powerful, again, this truth is. Okay? So we are defamed. It says, being defamed, we entreat. We are made as the filth of the world. Right? They talk so much shit about us. But hey, they haven't told our Lord. Right? And it's mainly by our own people. Mainly by Jake. The tribes, man. You so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans. Alright? Which are the Israelites. It's mainly you. You look up who's talking shit on the comment board. You Israelites. You look up who's talking shit on social media. You Israelites. The elder Manana Zakba out of South Carolina, his daily videos are about, I think, TikTok users that's Jake talking shit against the truth. So we we are being made as the filth of the world. You know? It says we are made as the filth of the world and are the offscoring of all things unto this day. What's the offscoring means? Let's see what offscoring means.
Strong's G 4067. Peripsema. Peripsema.
It says what is wiped off? Dirt rubbed off? Offscoring, scrapings. Let's see if I get a more in-depth definition for this word. Offscoring. Let's see here. Okay. Offscoring. It says rejected matter. That which is vile or despised. So yeah, it goes into the same thing. Okay. And we're the we're the filth of society that need to be discarded of. And that's actually what they want to do. They want to discard us. Okay. Let me see. The prepositional meaning away from, father. Let me see. Meaning not working. Look at this. Oh, look at this. Not to be publicly disclosed. It says off the wall. Crazy. Crazy. Right. Well, they do look at us as crazy people. All right. They count our lives what? Madness. Let's get that. The Book of Wisdom, Solomon, chapter 5. Okay. Wisdom, Solomon, chapter 5 and verse 4, it says, we fools account his life madness and his end to be without honor. Right, because they look at us and look at us like, man, these guys on the highways and hedges with the Bible, and then they'll say we they cursing with the Bible in their hands. All kind of nonsense, right? And just like Paul said, though I be rude in speech, but yet not in knowledge, they don't want to get the knowledge or the message out of what we're saying. Because of the rude speech that come out of our mouths at the time, because we're being oppressed. Yahweh Shai use rude speech, man. Calling Jake vipers, scorpions, serpents. So yeah, we use rude speech, but the knowledge we giving out, all right, is undefiled. It's really pure. Because why? It's the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai that we're teaching. Okay? So it says, we fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor. How is he numbered among the children of the Most High, and his lot is among the saints, right? Because at the end of the deal, they're going to look up, and Lord willing, we those men, we're beamed up, or we're being beamed up by the chariots, the so-called UFOs. They're going to be looking with astonishment. They're going to be looking with, looking with a salty face, man. Because the Lord will surely redeem his elect, man. For suffering. For his sake. Which is an acceptable thing, man. It's like, we're not doing anything that's bad. Okay? Let's see here. It's a precept on the grab real quick. Because this is a part of our suffering, man. Being hated by the world, which is good. That's good. We suffer for His sake. Okay, let's see. We suffer for His sake, and okay, First Peter, Shalaki. Okay, and matter of fact, let's get this first. Contradictions. Let's see, contradiction. All right, Hebrews 12. Let me get that first, because that came to my mind. Because he being Yahweh Shai, he had to go through the same thing. He was evil spoken of. They tried to accuse him of of breaking the law, which he didn't. You look at the scribes and Pharisees that were wicked. They were constantly trying to catch up Yahweh Shai, so they could bring some kind of evil upon him, so he can be, dealt with. Okay? They couldn't find any. All right, even at the point of his, crucifixion, where he was being led to be crucified, and Pilate said, "I am innocent of this just man." Because really, Yahweh Shai didn't do anything wrong when he came to this stuff. He was perfect. But yet he had to suffer through all that shit, being humiliated, being beaten, spat on, being ridiculed in the worst way possible, man. Hebrews 12, and I'll start at verse 1. Wherefore seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which doth so easily beset us, and let us run with patience the race that is set before us. Right. This is likened unto a race, this ministry, And it says what? That the race is not given to the strong or the swift, but he that endured, right? It says, looking unto Yahweh Shai, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of the Most High, Yahweh. See? He had to endure the cross. He had to endure being, just totally humiliated, man. Right? Verse 3, for consider him that endured such contradiction of sinners. Wicked niggas, man. Wicked Israelites. It says, for consider him that endured such contradiction of sinners against himself, lest ye be wearied and faint in your minds. So we got to consider, man. Do we have, what it takes to bear our cross and follow Yahweh Shai? Because he didn't faint. He didn't faint because of the things he faced or had to face or go through, rather. He went through it. And then in the end, he got the glory. So he had to suffer to get his glory. And he came to do what? The work. All right, let me see. Get that. The work. Let's see here. Let's see. Just bear with me 1 second. It says, do the will of him. we go. John 4 and 34. That's it. John 4 and I'll just go right to the point. Verse 34. Yahushua said unto them, my meat is to do the will of him that sent me and to finish his work. See? And that's what it was all about. You know, the work that was set before him. Which, even in the carnal sense, when you're working, you're going to go through or suffer many things on the job. But the job has to be completed or done. And spiritually, we have to do that. You know, spiritually, we have to do that. And that comes with the territory. That's a part of counting the cost. And the scriptures say what it says for a reason. My son, right? If thou wilt come to serve the Lord, right? Prepare thy soul for temptation. Let's get that. Sirach 2:1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure. See? Constantly endure and make not haste in time of trouble. See? So we have to constantly endure. Okay? We have to constantly endure. And that's easier said than done, but we have to do that. Okay? Let's see here. That was second. It was 1 Peter. Okay. 2 Peter Shalaki. Yeah, we have to endure this thing, man. Let's see, the 1 Peter. I was trying to grab. Maybe first. Yep, 1 Peter 4. It says, share the sufferings of Hamashiach. Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you. But rejoice inasmuch as ye are partakers of Hamashiach's sufferings, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy. See? If ye be reproached for the name of Hamashiach, which we are. We are. You know? I think it was even Bishop Nate said that he haven't heard anybody call those names is not wicked. And that's pretty fucked up to say, man. And he knows of all people that those are names. Seeing that there's a video on YouTube still floating around where anybody can see it, where he briefly broke down the name of the Most High and the Son. He broke down the names Yahweh Yahweh Shai. But anyways, let's continue. For the spirit of glory and of the Most High rests upon you. And their part he is evil spoken of, but on your part he is glorified. See? And that's what it's all about, man. Though they speak evil of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai in us, yet the glory still is yet the glory, all right, is still being, or the glorification, I should say, is still being pushed, all right, by us that truly believe, by us that are the true worshipers, man. Okay. Verse 17. Jump down to verse 17. For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. Hey, so the time is coming where the judgment is beginning at the house of the Most High. That's why you see your fellow Israelites dying. You know? Says, and if it first begin at us, what shall be the end of them that obey not the gospel? Yeah, the gospel deniers. You know? That talk shit, you know, via the YouTube and social media, like I was going to earlier, man. Okay, their end is going to be miserable and without honor. You know, verse 18: if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? See. Wherefore let them that suffer according to the will of the Most High commit the keeping of their souls to him that, Let me start it over. I got a little tongue tied. Wherefore let them that suffer according to the will of the Most High commit the keeping of their souls to him in well doing as unto a faithful creator. See? And that's all we have to do, really. All right, we just gotta commit, all right, to doing the will of the Lord, no matter what comes our way, man. The word commit, you look it up. The word commit. Did I pass it? Did I pass it? You know what? Let's go here to etymology. The word commit. Commit, give, in charge, and trust. Unite, connect, and bind, combine, bring together, whip together. That's pretty much it. Trust oneself completely too, right? See? So that's all we have to do, man. See, emotional and moral engagement. Okay? That's all we have to do, man. Commit to doing the will of the Lord, man. And the Lord will, basically redeem us. All right, and Lord willing, we be part of the first fruits of the kingdom of heaven if we endure these sufferings. All right, as a good soldier of Yahweh Shai, all right, as scriptures say, and the Lord gonna do. He gonna do the rest, man. We just gotta suffer and get through it, man. Suffer this thing patiently. All right, because the Lord will not forget our labor of love, man. We have to hold fast to that. Okay, so with that, I'm going to end it there. All praises and glory be unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rahakwadash. Hey, shalom till next time. Lord will now see you next video. Shalom.